Hello everyone and welcome to Day Trader S&P 500. Today is March 15th, 2021. This is Dale Woodson, editor of Woodson Wave Report, one of Timer Digest's top-ranked stock market timers. I wanted to let you guys know about our newsletter. Been around since 1997. We have an annual subscription for a Fibonacci $233 a year and a monthly subscription for a Fibonacci $144 a month. We give out daily reports. We publish sometimes multiple times a day. We put out 2 today and 2 Friday. Sometimes pre-market, midday, and post-market. So anyway, before I forget, I'd like to thank you guys for subscribing to the channel. Remind you to hit that reminder bell and the like button. Appreciate you guys patronizing the channel. And there's a like button for the one that didn't show up. Okay, we got an exciting day today. We got some things happening. We want to get right into it. Let's see, we're going to talk about the S&P. We might as well look at all the markets because they're diverging, the S&P, the Dow, and the Nasdaq. A little update on Bitcoin, and we'll check back in on Tesla. So we'll get to our daily chart of the S&P. Here it is here. You can see the March 2020 lows, and those of you who've been with us for a while, you know our long-standing ideal Fibonacci target has been 39.96. We've been led astray by what we thought was a lower high in the fifth wave earlier, back in January or February, whenever that was. Yeah, February 16th, that weekend there. But we're within, 26 points now of the all-time high. So can it go higher? Yes, it can. But that would be ideally Fibonacci perfect ending. That's where wave 5 equals 1. Let me get into this a little more. As you can see, the internal wave count here, and I'll make that for you guys on the case where it could go higher. Okay, and I think I showed that target yesterday, but it wouldn't be bad to repeat it. Okay, we have a 3, 4, and a 5, and let me change that degree to 1 less. There we're at minor degree. Pull this guy down a little bit, and that belongs above there. Okay, so this is where wave 5 of intermediate degree, the one with the parentheses, equals wave 1. Okay, that's ideal place for it to be. But let's see the internal wave count of intermediate or minor wave 5. My apologies. So let me get a Fibonacci extension in there. See if I can get as close as I can to right on the button. And there's where wave 3 equals wave 1. And it's pretty darn close, you can see there. I'm going to move that up to the wave 4 low, which is there. You can see we get a 41.26. So ideally on a minor degree for intermediate wave 5, minor is these numbers, intermediate is the parentheses. It ends at 39.96, and then the market would have to correct at least the 5-wave advance from the March lows. And those Fibonacci targets are 3306, 3093, and 2880. That's if the market tops at 39.96, and tomorrow would be a perfect day to do that. Okay, that's the S&P. I wanted to look at the Dow. Okay, you can see the Dow, we have similarly 5 waves up, and you can see this here is this target 32,700 is where 5 gains equality with 1 in the same fashion from the March lows as the S&P. It did hit a high of 32,973, so there is a bit of a throw over there. And let me see if I can subdivide this 5th wave just to see what kind of target we get within the 5th wave, and there would be 1 there, and see that might not be done because that's where 3 equals 1 right there at the same exact spot. So we could get a 4 down and then a higher 5 up around looks like 35,132. Okay, the Dow may not be done, and for what it's worth, a lot of people ask, you know, what about the Dow compared to the S&P, compared to the Nasdaq? That's why I'm doing this. Been around for a long time. I saw in 2000, the S&P topped in January. I'm sorry, the Dow topped in January, and the S&P and Nasdaq didn't top until March. Same thing happened at the 2007 top. All the indexes did not top at the same time. There's no rule that says they have to. And typically the Nasdaq leads on the way up and leads on the way down. So we'll see how it works out. But just because the Dow's making new all-time highs doesn't mean the Nasdaq will. Okay, so there's a chance that this could go higher unless we have a third wave that's shorter and an even shorter fifth wave on the Dow. The Dow looks like it could go higher from here. Okay, let me look at the let's look at the Nasdaq, and you can see again, I'll count those waves on the Nasdaq for you guys here. Okay, we'll get from the March lows. We've got a 1 up, a 2 down, 3 up, 4 down, 5 up there, and that should be intermediate degree, and there we go. Okay, so you can see where 5 equaled 1 was here, and this went higher. Like I said, the Nasdaq was the most powerful. It led on the way up. It appears to be leading on the way down. Okay, we have more than a completed 5 waves. If it wants to go to an extension, it can go to 15,046. Okay, but otherwise, we want to look at that high. What we have here, 14,102, 14,175 on February 16th. I want to get in here a little closer with this decline. Some interesting things going on with that. Maybe I'll go down to an hourly chart here and see if we can zoom in a little bit on that. Give me a minute to stretch this out and pull it down. There we go. From 5. Okay, we have the similar 5 waves down and a correction up. And then if this is 1 or A and this is 2 or B, this is where 3 or C gains equality with 1. Let me just make it a correction for you guys here. Okay, make a little better visual for everyone. That would be A. That either one of these could be B. It looks like a double top. Let me look here. 602.86 and 607. What do we have here? 504. We're going to put it here. It doesn't matter because C is in. Okay, one of those is B. So this is where wave C gains equality where the black line is and the retracement up. You can see it's gone past the 786. Okay, so if it goes above this high here, which you can see right there is around 605, 13,605, then this is not correct. Okay, this cannot retrace more than 100% of this. We'll look at that when we're done. It could be that that is the ABC correction. It's over and we're starting a new 5 waves up to that previous high we had marked there at 15,046. Okay, so we'll have to watch that, see how it plays out. I want to jump over to Tesla because it's in a similar situation as the Nasdaq. I'm going to remind myself to come back to Bitcoin in there. But you can see here we have 5 waves down, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and an ABC up. But again, if you can see that, let me get closer in there for you guys. You can see this a little better. Okay, let's make that a little better. There we go. Okay, so there is A up, here is B down, and there is C up. And just like the Nasdaq, Tesla is bumping its head against that resistance. Okay, if it goes above this high, which is right there around 719, it could go to the 618 retracement here and be done. Okay, we'd have to watch this internal wave structure to see if it is impulsive going to new all-time highs. If not, then we have our A, B, C, and I'll mark that for you guys so you can see the bigger picture here. Okay, from the all-time high at 900, we had 5 waves down for A. We had 3 waves up for B. Here is where C equals A, again, 357, and all the way down to 134 for a 1.618. So huge move in this, and we'll see how this plays out. We're right up against the door here, right up against the ceiling, knocking our head up against it. Our Tesla is. We'll see how that plays out. Watch that carefully. Again, if it's impulsive, and you can count 1, 2, 3, 4, and then 5, it's possible you started a new 5 ways up, and this count is wrong. It's complete. Unless and until it does, we'll look for C to come down. The proof will be, validity of this count will be when it breaks below that 538 low. Once it goes below there, we're heading to 357. We'll watch this internal wave count. Want to get into Bitcoin. I may have not moved that. I moved the target, and I think I moved the start point. I may have messed that up. So I want to redo Bitcoin, and we're counting again from the March 2020 lows. You can see 1 up, 2 down. I left this in here so you can see Wave 3 gained a 3.618 multiple with Wave 1. Again, I repeat, third waves are the most powerful, strongest. They can take on any Fibonacci relationship they want. They don't typically just do a 1 or a 1.618. They can do a 2.618 or a 3.618 or more. Okay, so this is where Bitcoin is. We moved this minor wave count here yesterday because it moved to new all-time highs. You can see it's gone pretty hard down from there. But let's look at this, and I'm doing this cold. So let's look at Wave 5 as it relates to Wave 1. Get it on the Wave 4 low there, and you can see Wave 5 here gains a 3.618 multiple at 61.22, and it went above that slightly over. Let's see, we got a 61.781. Okay, the next Fibonacci multiple is the 4 times, which is 65,455. But on this wave count, you have 3 gaining a 3.618 multiple and 5 gaining a 3.618 multiple. So obviously that's a huge move. You can see the numbers we're coming from down here, you know, around, what is it, 5,000, 4,000 up to over 60,000. It's quite a strong move. If that is the high, where would this go? We can get a Fibonacci retracement of the entire 5 waves. While we're here, let's do it. Okay, that's assuming, and that's a big assumption, that the high is in, but why not? We're here. Let's do it. Okay, let's get on the top of 5 there. And you can see the 382 gives us 39,650, and the 50% gives us 32,817, and the 618 gives us 25,984. And I like these in here. I know it's a little crowded, but you can see the 382 right here, and the 500 puts us in the 4th wave of 1 lesser degree. That's typically where these things retrace. When they retrace 5 waves, they go back to the area of the previous 4th wave, which is here to here, and that's where the 382 and the 500 are. So if this is the high, and there's a good chance it is because we got, again, a 3.618 and a 3.618, then that's where we could look for that to go. Okay, so that's the way that looks. We covered all that. Okay, we're looking for 39.96. Hopefully we get it tomorrow, and then we'll see what happens from there. Until then, take care, everyone.